Good morning. Good morning. Um, Welcome to morning practice. And my name is Olivia. Thank you for joining me here today on Thursday, February 15th. It is the final day this week of morning practice. I offer this hour-long practice from 7 to 8 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Thursday. And we are going to be taking a break for the next couple weeks. Not entirely sure of the start date yet. I'll be doing some traveling and won't be able to offer the practice for at least 2 weeks, possibly 3 and possibly 4. So it will depend. Watch the website, which is listed in the box below, if you're interested in when we start up again. There is plenty to look at here. And if you're looking at the YouTube channel, just feel free to dive in anywhere. Any of these practices on any date are good morning practices. It all includes some meditation, pranayama, and movement. They will vary. I really encourage you to be intuitive about if you're looking for other practices while I'm away, to just dive in. Is an image drawing you to it? The images I use as thumbnails for these practices, or perhaps just the date. I may try and put more in the description box. I've only recently started putting more in the description box about the individual practices, mainly because I feel, and this is something in my own practice, that when I'm looking for something, if I just extend my intention in that direction, the thing that I need finds me. So if you are looking for other practices, I do suggest you check out those videos. There's a wealth of them, and there are all sorts of fun and different things, different moods, different approaches, different topics, some related to yoga, some not. All of it's yoga, really. When I say some not, it's not maybe more directly one of the 8 limbs of yoga, but you can always tie most of life experience into the 8 limbs of yoga in one way or another. Whether or not you want to, that's a different matter. But so yes, there's plenty of videos to choose from. Have fun. We have been looking this week at the theme of what does my body need next? And I really had fun yesterday with our proposition that what our body needs next is for us all to fall a little bit more in love with our bodies and ourselves. And really, that was quite an elevated and elated practice for myself. And certainly I felt that for the rest of the day. It was very beautiful. And that's really what we're trying to do with the morning practice, is bring this sort of activation and awareness to the heart space that is accessible through these meditation, the pranayama, the movement, and also just accessible to you at any time by simply bringing your focus to your heart, breathing through the heart, noticing how the heart feels, and not just noticing, but giving it attention, giving it value. If we write off if our thoughts write off the heart feeling, it's sort of saying that we don't value it. I would encourage you to really let the heart speak to you in any moment, especially when you're making a decision or trying to answer the question, what does my body need next? What does my heart need next? So we're going to wrap that up today. in a celebration of what morning practice has been these last 3 months. And I hope to continue on the other side. Really looking forward to reincarnating. And yeah, I hope one day we'll be in a new space, and I hope for all these things. And still so grateful to be in this space donated by Abadanos. Thank you. And just, yeah, there's so many hopes that we have for the new year. And here we are on the precipice of travel, on the precipice of new discovery, on the precipice of great healing. And so when I ask myself the question, what does my body need next? The answer is definitely to pay attention to the healing that is needed and really dive deeply into that, which is what my travel and the next few days for me involve. So for you, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing, I encourage you to have a small practice of waking up in the morning. And even if you're still lying in bed, ask yourself, what does my body need today? What does my heart want me to pay attention to today? What would feel right in my body today? Your body is an incredible instrument of consciousness. It is your receptor and expressor of sensory intelligence. And the more you refine and articulate that, the better understanding you're going to have of it. Which, as we move through the changes of the next few years, I believe is going to be highly important. So let's come into our meditation this morning. Just want to say before we do, thank you all for being with me on this journey, for supporting me. Wherever and whenever you're watching this video, when we practice together, we are magnifying our energy. And in a quantum way, time is meaningless, time is irrelevant, that we're not absolutely practicing live in the same moment does not diminish the magnification of energy when you find this video and decide to practice with me, or when you practice on your own and just share and put your intention into the world, because you're always magnifying your energy in relation to others, in relation to how we energetically put ourselves into the world. I really encourage you to cultivate and deepen your practice. The other word that I feel that needs to be said before we drop into meditation is let yourself be in a space of discovery. Whether it is discovery of the internal space, discovery of listening to the heart, or whether it is external discovery, traveling to new places, traveling to new healing modalities, trying new portals into other realms of being, whether that's through meditation or deep breath work or vigorous dance exercise, or just allowing yourself to discover other realms in whatever that means to you, and bring your heart, bring your curiosity, and bring your willingness. So let's drop into meditation, finding a comfortable seat. Spine is straight, as always. Sitting up on a block, blanket, bolster are great. If none of that is comfortable or available, please find your seat in a chair, something that the spine can be straight. And as you settle here, letting the hips drop, letting the weight of the body be in contact with the floor, letting the knees just rest, feeling the weight of the body in contact with the floor, breathing in and out, letting the awareness go internal, go inside, and all the thoughts of the mind, all of the thinking, just turning away. It is a drama on a stage that will be there when you come back to it. Right now, the curtains have closed, the volume is down, and you are with yourself in that quiet space, in your quiet seat, looking within, looking inside. And as you settle internally, feeling your awareness begin to permeate your being from the ground through your torso, through your shoulders, through your head and neck. Just noticing the life force, noticing the humming of being that's keeping your vibrancy open, really feeling into that, breathing into that. And as you inhale and exhale here, you can just imagine as you deeply inhale the heart space, the lungs, the collarbones expanding. Then exhale, bringing that back in. The inhale, breathing through the heart, expanding. The breath is almost reaching out as you breathe in into the auric field. And then exhaling, all comes back into the center, to the heart. And you may find that your hands are drawn to the heart center, folded over each other in Anjali Mudra. You just may want to keep your hands on your lap. Discover what feels true, authentic. Are you in a place where you want to offer heart resonance? Are you in a place where you simply want to notice and hold to your truth? And we'll continue to breathe in and out through the heart, feeling the warmth of the palms connecting to the warmth of the heart, the energetic resonance between them. They are speaking to each other in a beautiful exchange of light and energy. Hands supporting the heart, holding up the heart, and the heart giving, falling, loving the hands. Breathing in deeply, breathing out, continuing to see that exhale. Just bring everything back to the heart in the inhale, breathing through the heart, expanding outward into the auric field and beyond. Notice what comes up in the internal space. Notice any thoughts of judgment or just what the mind manifests. and thank the mind. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that. Thank you for offering that. But at the moment, our focus is just on the present. Breathing in and out through the heart, and you may begin to feel the light inside your heart, the Jyoti, just growing, illuminating you from within. In your inhales and exhales, almost stoking the brightness, the fierceness of your heart light. And if there is a person, a situation, a place in the world that you would like to send your heart light to this morning, so you breathe in and out, really call that person, situation, place to mind, and feel the breath expanding the heart, and feel your intention and offering and dedication filling your heart. And as you exhale, really direct your heart light, your heart love with really solid intention, solid support in that direction. The palpable, real photons of your heart, the deep feeling in your heart, the true light of your inner being. And we'll take a few more moments in silence here, meditating. Keeping focused on the breath, moving through the heart, and focused on that luminosity inside of you, burning brightly. And you may begin to deepen the breath, letting the breath fill you, fill the expanses of your being. Has the quality of your internal space changed? How did the sit bones feel? How did the points of contact feel? Just letting your awareness find those things as we slowly begin to blink open the eyes gently, softly, letting the hands fall for a moment. If you want to recross your legs here, it's a good moment to do that. Maybe rubbing your top of your thighs. And let's take an Om to beginning together. So just inhaling very briefly. And taking a moment to just allow yourself to notice how the body feels, how the mind feels on this Thursday morning. Look around the space around you and feel appreciation. Maybe there are people nearby, just probably not practicing together. But if you are practicing with somebody while watching this, I invite you to turn to each other and offer a real word of appreciation for each other. Thank you for being here with me. And if, like me, you're simply here, I would like to thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. We practice, and it is an internal space. But in the larger practice of interconnection with all, the importance of each other cannot be understated. And the gratitude that we have when our friends, our communities, our beloveds are with us is beautiful and magnifying of the power of our energy and intention. So thank you. We'll head over to the mat. If you have blocks for a practice, blankets can be helpful under the knees. Yeah, let's head over to the mat and we'll do our pranayama and gratitude practice there. I think for pranayama this morning, we'll probably just, I would like to do some Kapalabhati breathing. Now that is sharp, not sharp, but a sort of forced exhale repeatedly through the nose as you contract and pull in on the diaphragm. You should not do Kapalabhati breathing if you are pregnant or if you have any kind of blood pressure issue. You should also not do Kapalabhati breathing if you don't enjoy it or it doesn't feel right to you. Just find the breathing that feels supported and normal, and that can be a 4-count inhale and a 4-count exhale, just something sweet and solid and even. So what we'll do is take a big breath in and a cleansing breath out, and then a small breath in and begin the Kapalabhati breathing. And it's going to have a rhythm like, and I'm opening my mouth here mainly so you can hear me, I hope, with the microphone. But instead of through the mouth, it'll be through the nose. So, and as I'm exhaling, I'm drawing in the belly. Kapalabhati breathing, skull shining breathing, really good for cleaning, clearing the mind. So let's take an inhale in and an exhale out. And then inhale to begin. Gently slowing it down. Breathing in, breathing out. Just allow the awareness to float through the body after the breath work. Noticing. And as we sit here, we're going to inhale. Our arms come overhead, hands come together in a prayer. Your prayer will come to your heart. Really just offering in a gesture of reverence, love and gratitude for this body, this incredible instrument of consciousness, this process of energy moving as not a fixed point, but as many interacting points as a body, as a field of energy. We move through our experience of existence and we are receptive. We feel, we taste, we kiss, we touch, we hold. All these sensorial, just qualities, sensorial information that touches not just the register of understanding physically, but also the mental body, the emotional body. The body is an incredible receptor and receiver. Receptor and receiver are sort of the same thing. Which just is about how grateful I am to receive and be receptive to all incoming information, all incoming sensory information that can ignite awareness, that can stoke, cultivate awareness, that can sharpen and bring into greater balance how we operate as a physical being with our other internal states. So much gratitude for this body, this heart, this everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll inhale the arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, offering love and gratitude for all of the people in our lives, all of the people in the world, all the people that we love and know, all the people that we don't know, but whose lives and energy contribute to our being by simply mere fact of their existence in the interconnectedness of us all. And the ones who touch us, and the ones who teach us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Inhaling, arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart. Love and gratitude for this planet, the ultimate instrument of consciousness, the ultimate nurturer and sustainer of our being and of our songs, with unparalleled beauty, generosity. So wonderful. Such an incredible, stunning place. Planet Earth and your never-ending giving towards all those who live upon you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we'll just let our hands drop to our lap, maybe giving our thighs a bit of a rub. And we'll do some torso rolls to the left, just letting your hands be on your knees, circling the rib cage round as if you were stirring the pot. And then take that to the right, just feeling some mobility in the spine. Maybe letting the head and neck just drop in with the general direction of the movement. And then we'll reach the left arm to the floor, right arm comes overhead, just as the simple side stretch. And then reaching to the other side. And let's take that again. Reaching to one side. And reaching to the other. And then you're going to make your way into a tabletop position, all fours, hands and knees on the mat. Your blocks can be at the top of the mat if that is a good place to store them. And in your tabletop here, we'll just find a neutral spine for a moment and let the tail wag from side to side, just on the same lateral plane, but you're just letting the tail move side to side. And then you're going to open your knees wide and let your head rest on the mat, coming back into a child's pose or good resting posture for any time during practice, and honestly, any time during the day in your life, just allowing yourself to feel your child's pose, maybe rolling a little bit on the forehead. And then stretching your arms out in front of you in a more active child's pose. We'll bring the hands to the right, pushing into the left hip as we reach the arms to the right, feeling the length along the left side body. And then change, bringing the hands to the left, reaching into the right hip. Feeling the length along the right side body. And then curling up. We'll come back to all fours, keeping the knees above the hips above the knees, and then dropping the forehead down onto the ground into a puppy pose. You can tent up onto the palms here, really just activating the forearms, drawing in the belly, drawing in the floating ribs. And then pressing back into your hands. And we'll curl the toes under and press into a downward dog. Pedaling the feet. Allowing yourself to just feel the gentle movement. And then slowly walking that into your forward fold. In your forward fold, you're just going to let the body drape over the thighs. You're going to have a nice bend in the knees. Really feeling the back of the sacrum, the back of the lower back expanding here in your forward fold. And inhale some length into your spine. Exhale into your fold. And then just curl up. Curl up to standing, bringing the arms overhead. Hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and we'll just inhale up, exhale over, inhale halfway lift, exhale step your right foot back, bring your right knee down, up into a low lunge, reaching here, bringing the hands to heart as you press into front foot, turning over that front left leg, hooking the right elbow on the left knee. Allowing yourself to really just feel this gentle morning twist. And then let that go. Step back to your plank. Come down to the ground. Tent up on the palms on either side of the chest with your hands wider than the mat. Inhaling, look over the right shoulder. Exhaling down. Inhaling, extend, look over the left shoulder. Exhaling down. Inhaling through the center, lifting the chest. Exhaling down. Pressing up to your hands and knees and back to your downward dog. Breathing in here, breathing out, lifting the right leg, bringing the right foot forward between the hands, bring the left knee down and reach up into your low lunge. Bringing the hands to prayer at the heart, pressing into that front foot, turning over that front foot towards the right and hooking the left elbow on the right knee. You can sink into the hips if you want. You can press further into the foot. Just keep the heart over the hands. And we'll press into the mat, pressing back to plank, coming down to the ground again. Hands are either side of the chest, and again, lifting over the right shoulder, exhaling down, inhaling over the left shoulder, exhaling down, inhaling center, exhaling down, pressing your hands under your shoulders, pressing back to your downward dog. Inhale, let's reach the left foot up and bring the left foot between the hands, and we'll just stay in a runner's lunge here. Back leg is straight, heart is lifted. We'll take a moment to fold over that front leg, straightening it slightly. Just be gentle here. It's just a very basic forward fold over that front leg. And then press into your runner's lunge again and lift up to a high lunge. From your high lunge, you're going to bring your hands to prayer. Twist to the right, twist to the left, and just hook that right elbow on your left knee. The strength and activation of your back leg will help keep you supported here. Come back to our high lunge, straightening both legs. We're going to drop that back heel and bring it in slightly. So the back heel, the right foot is kind of turned out, the front foot is parallel. Just shorten the stance somewhat. You're going to hold that left hip with your left hand, reaching the right arm up, reach the right arm forward, keeping the spine parallel to the ground. And right when you're parallel, letting the hand fall. The hand can be on a block here, it can be on the ground, it can also be on the outside of the left leg. And then just placing the left hand on the spine, allowing yourself to feel the twist here. Just let it feel unfurl from your tailbone. And then if you want to reach your arm up, revolve triangle. And again, bringing that hand down, folding over the front leg, pressing into your both hands, stepping back to a plank, coming down to the ground. Hands are wide, fingers tented. Inhale, look over the right shoulder. And exhale down. Inhale, look over the left shoulder. Exhale down. Inhale. Come back to downward dog. Lifting the right leg up. Bringing the right foot forward. And let's just be in our runner's lunge for a moment, activating that back leg, pressing into the front foot, beaming the heart center forward. And then we'll press up into our high lunge. Pressing down, lifting up. And again, bringing the hands to the heart center, twisting over that front leg as if you were turning your torso toward it. And then hooking that left elbow on the right knee. Again, the activation and energy in your back leg is going to be a huge support. in your twisted lunge, you can also place the knee down on the ground if that is more stable. Feeling the twist. And then coming back to your high lunge, straightening both legs, bringing that back leg in a little bit, angling the foot out, and really finding the length in both legs. Making sure you've got the right stance to take your revolved triangle. Again, you're going to take that right hand and just hold it into the right hip point. As you lift the left arm and reach forward into a parallel, reaching forward here. And then hand can come down to the ground, to a block, or to the outside of your foot. Just find the position that's right for you, that allows a lot of extension in the spine, and then bringing the right hand to the base of the spine. And then from there, you're just going to allow yourself to find the twist from the base of the spine here with the hand on the hip, the hand on the sacrum to begin with. And then if you want to add the arm, you can add the arm. All triangle. And then bringing both hands down, we'll fold over the knee, bending into the front foot and stepping back to a downward dog, bending into both knees, stepping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to stand. And we'll take a tree pose this morning. So facing each other, you can bring your weight into your left leg. If you want to take support at the wall, if that is useful, if you need support for your balance, having a wall nearby can be really great. So we'll bring our weight into our left leg, and the right leg will come up to the inside of the thigh, and they really are pressing into each other with the hip points pointing forward. That right knee is almost on a slight diagonal. You can use the wall here for support. You can bring your hands to prayer, or you can lift your arms to the sky, beaming your heart center up, feeling yourself rooted into the ground, through the earth. Bringing the hands back, bringing the hands to heart center, hands to the side, and go. Let that go. If you are taking the wall, just turn yourself around and use the wall on the other side. Otherwise, we'll bring the weight into the right leg, bringing the left leg up. Woo! And finding that push, the foot and thigh pushing in towards each other, but you don't want your hip to come out. You want to really bring that in, using the abdominal, using the strength of your hips to really bring the energy into center. Your left leg is going to be pointing out slightly on the diagonal. Really find that, and hip points pointing forward. Hands can come to prayer or the wall or the ceiling. Letting yourself wave in the breeze. Letting your heart beam upwards, just feeling the balance here, feeling yourself rooted into this planet where you belong, that you are part of, that you are an expression of. You are a conscious expression of this planet, and you belong here. Feel yourself lift and grow even more. Bringing the hands together, bringing the hands to the center of the heart, and releasing your tree. And we'll step out here to a wide five-pointed star, coming to goddess pose, and just feeling the strength here. And and then extending. We'll spin the hands down, come back to downward dog. And I'm going to give you some options here. We're reaching the front leg, the right leg up. We're going to bring the right leg through and then bring the back knee down. We're going to straighten out the front leg into a half splits. If you have practiced a full Hanumanasana and would like to take that, we'll take that for a moment, but otherwise just stay in a half splits. Offering your leap of faith as we go into the next chapter of discovery and love. We are taking a leap of faith in our Hanumanasana, remembering the sacred gifts that we have always had and employing them to serve our paths forward. And then you'll bring that foot back, pressing back into your downward dog, lifting the left leg, bringing the left foot forward, bringing the right knee down. Again, just either coming right back into a half splits and feeling that. You can use blocks for support there, or coming into your Hanumanasana on the second side, your splits, the leap of faith. Oh, my microphone is popping out. Leap of faith. I surrender and trust this leap of faith, this leap of discovery, remembering the gifts that I have forgotten to serve my path and the paths of all those around me. Reaching our arms back down. And you can bring yourself back to downward dog. Not easy to get out of the splits ever in a beautiful, elegant, simple way. One day I'll just hop out. When you're up in downward dog, let yourself feel your tailbone wag. You may rise up onto the balls of our feet. We'll bring the hands down, the heels down to the right. Feeling the stretch on the left side body. Again, come up to the balls of the feet. Heels come to the left. Feel the stretch on the right side of the body. Pressing into a plank, coming back down to the ground. This time we'll just bring our hands by our hips. Palms are flat. Thumbs point out, pressing the hip points in and letting everything, feet, hands, shoulders, rise into a Shalabhasana, a locust pose. And releasing that, pressing to your hands and knees back into a child's pose. And then we'll sit up on the knees. Let's come a little bit forward. You may want to take some support under your knees. We'll have our hips right over our knees again here as we stand. And I'm going to give us a couple options. The first thing we'll all do together is take our thumbs and put them in our armpit creases and just pull, not yank, but sort of, microphone is yammering, sorry. Just as the thumbs reach into the armpits, you feel the heart center lift. And you can almost feel that as an extension of the spine. Like when I really felt that, I felt this tailbone drop. Now we can either go into full camel here, if that's in your practice. Otherwise, you can put your right hand towards your right foot, keeping the hips pressing forward as if they were flat against a wall, and then reaching the left arm up. And then coming back, taking the left hand, reaching the right arm, but keeping the chest towards the center. Either take the side to side stretch again. If you want to take the full camel, you can either put some support along your thighs. I don't have a bolster here to demonstrate, but that would be an option. Or you just hold the hips and let yourself fall back. If you want to take the feet or ankles, you can. You can also tuck the toes, pressing the thighs forward. And then bringing that up, sitting back onto the heels. It's just a brief visit into these heart openers today because we have limited time. Just deciding what is the appropriate thing next, but we're going to do a supported back bend after our camel. So the higher block on a higher wide setting, the lower block on a medium long setting. This will go between your shoulder blades, the base of the block at the base of the shoulder blades. This is for underneath your head. If you don't have blocks, either some rolled up blankets along the length of the spine, a sturdy bolster or cushion along the length of the spine. If you have neither of those, just rest on the back in a Supta Pada Konasana. And Supta Pada Konasana is what we're going to take in our legs anyway. So we'll sit with our legs in a butterfly position. Let's all grab the feet, raising the heart and bending forward. Just feeling the elbows land on our legs, almost as if they could push the legs a little bit further toward the ground, but the point is not to reach the ground. The point is to feel the stretch. Allowing the back to curl here, and then we'll come back up. Allowing yourself to find your supported back bend. If you don't have the blocks for your supported back bend or the blanket or a bolster, just let yourself recline in Supta Pada Konasana. Feeling the support holding you up from behind. This is a really good pose to have extended time to stay in, to explore. And if you would like to remain here for the rest of practice into your Shavasana, I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful place to let your heart open. If you don't have blocks, or if you want to move through some final recline twists, just slowly roll off the support, putting the props to one side. And then you'll come to your back, squeeze your knees in, bring yourself to happy baby, maybe rolling a little bit back and forth. Bringing the hands, feet down, pressing into the feet, moving the hips to the right, crossing the right foot over the left. You can eagle legs or just keep them simply crossed and let them drop to the left. Extending the right arm, gazing over the right. And we'll slowly bring that back. Pressing into the feet, hips move slightly to the left, for the left leg over the right. You can do eagle legs or just keep in a simple cross. And then gazing out over the left arm. pressing into your feet. Bringing your feet back up. I'll readjust the hips, bringing each knee in again, curling your forehead in towards the knee, flexing the feet, curling in, curling in, curling in, feeling everything curl closer. And then let that release. Each leg lying out on the floor. Arms come to the side. Eyes come to close. Muscles around the eyeballs relaxing, the eyeballs dropping back into the skull, receding. Feel the jaw relax, feel the hips relax, feel the bowl of the pelvis just drop. Space between the shoulder blades, your ankles, everything, letting go and releasing. You may begin to feel movement of air across the surface of your skin. You may slowly be bringing back some movement to the fingertips, to the toes, just allowing movement to awaken across the body. Slowly, gently finding yourself come to a fetal position on one side of your body. I don't think it's been called a fetus position before. Fetal position. Resting, resting. And then slowly pressing yourself up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed. Feeling the quiet of your internal space. Noticing the breath. Noticing the heart center. What does your body want to discover? What does your body want to feel? What does your heart want to tell you? Listen, cultivate, and then listen again, cultivate again. Breathing in, breathing out, and we'll take a final together, breathing in. Thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure of morning practice. It has been so much fun and the joy of my life to share this with you, and I will miss us while I'm away. I'll probably do a little introductory video for the videos just so anyone new to the practice can figure out what's going on here. take good care of yourselves and use these tools, use these practices. You know, there's so much in here that you can work with and build upon. And as always, the movement is just one part. The yoga movement that we think of as the yoga practice is just one part. If you are simply sitting and connecting with your heart and breathing and paying focused attention to your breath as a daily practice for 5 minutes, that is so enormously valuable and enormously powerful. So I invite you to cultivate your own practice in a way that is meaningful and beautiful and pleasurable to you. Did I emphasize the word pleasurable? Because I meant to. Please find pleasure in your body. Please find joy in your body. This is such a beautiful instrument of consciousness. And you are an incredibly beautiful and unique soul. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Stay well, be well, take care.